I think we can go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to say a huge thank you to our senior student athletes for your years of dedication and hard work put into your sport. Your coaches, teammates, family, and fans would like to know how much joy each of you have brought to their lives in seeing you set your goals and strive to achieve them. The Brandon Valley School District would like to thank you to all our seniors in being active learners. Along the way, you have created memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you and best of luck the remaining of the season. Let's meet our seniors. First up, number 4, Isaac Burchell. Parents Terry and Lisa Burchell. Number 5, Matthew Johnson. Parents Jason Johnson and Jenny Van Lowe. Number 7, Caden Johnson. Parents Chad and Jenna Johnson. Number 11, Cole Siegfried. Parents Clayton and Peggy Siegfried. Number 13, Micah McGee. Parents Kathy Joe McGee and Tim McGee. Number 15, Rashid Hodge, and number 33, Isaiah Campbell. Parents Rashid Sr. and Kylie Hodge. Number 19, Ethan Tellinghusen. Parents Terry Tellinghusen and Debbie Tellinghusen. Number 22, Jordan Block. Parents John and Kelly Block. Number 26, Devin Jones. Parents Bryce and Kelsey Jones. Number 30, Andrew Hansen. Parents Royal and Jeanette Hansen. Number 50, Burke Weber. Parents Craig and Lori Weber. Number 52, Noah Hofer. Parents Wade Hofer and Julie Hofer. Number 53, Tanner Neuenhouse. Parents Brandon and Stacy Neuenhouse. Number 56, Jack Harbison. Parents Gary and Bonnie Harbison. Number 57, Nathan Einen. Parent Carrie Einen. Number 63, Michael Poncelet. Parents Patrick and Rhonda Poncelet. Number 65, Sam Cronky. Parents John and Brenda Cronky. Number 75, Quinn Rohde. Parents Tom and Tiffany Rohde. And number 83, Carter Altoff. Parents Brent and Luana Altoff. Senior cheer team members, Anna Nuss. Parents Daniel and Angela Nuss. And Sydney Hayes. Parents Ron and Yvette Hayes. Let's give a round of applause for our senior student athletes. Thank you, seniors. fan, please welcome our guests this evening with a record of 8-0, ranked number 1 in AAA football, the Knights of Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School, against our 6-2 Lynx of Brandon Valley High School. Let's first meet the cheerleaders for the Knights of Sioux Falls O'Gorman. Kerrigan Davis, Faith Rogers, Maddie Smith, Jenna Humoller, Olivia Reimer, Elizabeth Kolb, Mary Kate Stotts, Megan Gusso, Katie Pels, Emma Bakken, Kate Trader, and Katie Gellerman. Cheer coach of the Knights, Mary Leonards. Now let's meet the starting offense for the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. At center, number 70, a 6'1", 260-pound junior, Liam Sorensen. At left tackle, number 77, a 6'5", 260-pound junior, Will Waschenberger. At right tackle, number 57, a 6'4", 215-pound senior, Logan Wolf. At left guard, number 75, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, Jordan Rensler. At right guard, number 53, a 6'3", 220-pound senior, Jackson Thompson. At wide receiver, number 12, a 6', 190-pound senior, Canyon Bauer. At wide receiver, number 4, a 5'10", 170-pound senior, Andrew Pujado. At wide receiver, number 6, a 5'10", 155-pound senior, Bo Blount. At wide receiver, number 24, a 6', 165-pound junior, Jacob Bird. At running back, number 30, a 5'10", 200-pound junior, Tate Wishard. And at quarterback, number 13, a 6', 190-pound junior, Zach Norton. Assistant coaches for the Knights, Shannon Poppinga, Vinnie Olson, Alex Anderson, Aaron Beavers, Austin Wagner, Greg McKinstry, Lane Holm. Head coach for the Knights, Jason Poppinga. Introducing our Brandon Valley cheerleaders. Amari Allen, Bailey Harvey, Helena Hendrick, Maddie Notes, Anna Nuss, Brittany Ryder, Lauren Ruhlman, Emily Went, Reagan Bly, Josie Bowers, Grace Hanson, Sydney Hayes, Keely Kyleman, Ashley Lohr, and Courtney Moeller, and Sophia Van Horn. Cheer coach, Katie Lane. Introducing the defensive starters for our Brandon Valley Lynx. At defensive tackle, number 65, a 6', 280-pound senior, Sam Kroenke. At one defensive end, number 53, a 6'5", 205-pound senior, Tanner Neuenhaus. At the other defensive end, number 44, a 6', 235-pound sophomore, Parker Reed. At nose guard, number 52, a 6', 280-pound senior, Noah Hofer. At linebacker, number 30, a 5'10", 205-pound senior, Andrew Hansen. At the other linebacker, number 33, a 6'2", 180-pound senior, Isaiah Campbell. At one cornerback, number 7, a 5'8", 160-pound senior, Caden Johnson. At the other cornerback, number 85, a 6'1", 160-pound sophomore, Jackson Hilton. At free safety, number 27, a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore, Joe Kobeck. At weak safety, number 19, a 6', 160-pound senior, Ethan Tellinghusen. And at safety, number 2, a 6'3", 190-pound junior, Jesse Steffel. Assistant coaches for the Lynx, Ken Anderson, Jason Bisbee, Dylan Breest, Matt Christensen, Tim Sillianson, Mike Zur. Volunteer assistants, Jeremy Risty, Darian Smith, and Mark Statham. Head coach, Mr. Chad Garrow. Your officials for tonight's game, the referee will be Mr. Jim Ricketts Jr., umpire Todd Landsman, head linesman Scott Jansen, line judge Randy Wagmeister, and the back judge Ryan Sage. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the singing of our national anthem? The presentation of our colors are being performed tonight by the color guard members of the Brandon VFW Post 4726, Brandon American Legion Post 318, and Valley Springs American Legion Post 131. God bless our veterans and active military and all they do for our nation and our local communities. Proper flag etiquette is to remove all headwear, face the flag and put your hand over your heart. Active duty and military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Singing our national anthem this evening will be the Brandon Valley School Concert Choir under the direction of Mr. Terry Gullickson. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. And thank you, School Concert Choir.
The School Concert Choir, not the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line doing the national anthem. Boy, was that just unbelievably good. I hope you guys were able to hear it. If that national anthem is any indication on what we got going tonight, we are going to have an awesome, awesome game. It seems like every single year there's a flick that just switches on with the Lynx in the second half of the year. And it happened again this year with big wins against Watertown and Yankton on the road back-to-back, both teams with very good records. And the Lynx, I mean, really just toyed with both teams.
I really pay it, Kyle, to a good coaching staff. And you see that consistently with Chad Garrow's staff and himself, that coaching staff for the Lynx, is that not all the time do they start out hot, but it's all about adjustments throughout. Just like in a football or in a game in itself, it's all about adjustments from quarter to quarter, to play, half to half, whatever. But the season's an adjustment. And strong when you finish strong in a season, and then you typically get to I call it to the Final Four in the state, and get to that point, you really have a really good coaching staff, because in high school, it's not like the pros and in college, you only have these players for a certain amount of years. So you got a lot of turnover. And so that goes on, that solely goes on the coaching staff, and hats off to that coaching staff.
No doubt. And, in a game like this, kickoff can even be important. We're going to get the indication here from the referees, but bear with us a little bit tonight. We do not have stats with us tonight. We do not have live stats, which is obviously a little tougher, but we're going to get through it. We will give you an indication on what we're thinking about the flow of the game and stuff like that, even though we won't have hardcore stats. O'Gorman defers after they win the toss, so the Lynx will get the ball here to start the game, and I can't think of anything better for the Lynx, in any game obviously, but in a game like this against a tough opponent, got to put points on the board.
Well, and one thing here it's all about who's going to establish the line of scrimmage. Who's going to win that line of scrimmage? That's what's going to win this ball game. Period. End of story on both sides of the ball. And the Lynx TV sponsors, and we're going to go through them real quick before this kickoff. It's going to be the Harry Buck team at Heg Realtors, Alliance Communications, First National Bank, Brandon, the Pizza Rancher Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, McKinney Olson Insurance, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Shoneman Construction, and the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club. Thank you all. And this is why we're able to bring it to you live, and we're about to bring this real live. A big matchup, 1-3 tonight.
Connor Pelveckel to kick off for O'Gorman, and off we go for senior night here in Brandon Valley. It is going to be returned here and out near the 20 and down at the 20-yard line. The Lynx will begin there. On the return for the Lynx was Tate Johnson. Muchkanaus also back there. So here comes Tommy Skolton and the Lynx. Lynx offense has looked pretty good the last few weeks. 24 points against Yankton, and I believe 34.
Well, one thing on offense they need to do is establish the run. I believe O'Gorman's offense is high-powered. You have to establish a run and control the clock.
Well, Jesse Steffel in the backfield on a two-wide receiver set. Skolton's going to throw, and he dumps it over the middle, and the pass is caught by Althoff. Althoff breaks a tackle. Althoff down to the 40, to midfield, and he's already in plus side of the field down near the 48-yard line. And if the Lynx want to have success on offense, you talked about the running game, getting the ball into the hands of Althoff's not a bad idea either.
And if you look at that formation, they may go hurry up here real quick, and they are, because you see Tommy running back to the huddle. But it was a screen pass. It was a screen underneath to the outside receiver, and it worked beautiful.
First down and 10 for the Lynx at the 47. Now they're going to go heavy. And they give it to Steffel. And Jesse Steffel muscles his way across the 45 down to the 43. So a nice run gain of about 5 yards on that run. And this game's been up front so far. The Lynx are going to have to protect Tommy Skolton and their running backs.
And a heavy dose, I know we say it every week when we're live, but a heavy dose of Steffel, but also Althoff, Skolton. But that whole offensive line's got to control that line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6. They're going to go play fake. Skolton's going deep, and he's got his man. It's Althoff, and he could not make the play. It was just a little bit overthrown. But, boy, it looked like Althoff had caught up to that one just between the wickets.
And we've seen that a couple times this year where he's been wide open, and it's a beautiful throw. Tommy put it right on the money and just out of the reach of his hands. And that's going to bring up a third down and 6.
And a big 3rd and 6. If they don't get it here, they might be in 4-down territory. Or they might try to pin O'Gorman deep. Let's hope they just get the first down. Skolton's going to pitch it to Steffel. Steffel's in trouble. And he's going to be tackled at the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards. Back to the 47, and the Lynx will have to punt.
Yeah, it kind of, you know, you went heavy on that side. You had a fullback, tight end, and they overloaded. So you pitched to the overload side there, and when you pitch to that overload side, you're going against a matchup of heavy defense, and that's what they ran into.
Jory Sorensen back. And this is a short punt. Out of bounds near the 30. And here comes the starting offense for the O'Gorman Knights. Boy, lots of media here tonight from Kello, KSFY, KDLT. I think this is the game to watch, at least in AAA football right now.
Deserving so. They're always they're always tend to follow the top 2 to 3, don't they? And that's where we're at tonight on this beautiful field. We've talked about it all year. This turf is just amazing here.
So first down for Zach Norton. And the starting offense for the O'Gorman Knights, who have been on a tear all season. And we've got a flag here to start the game, or at least this possession for O'Gorman. And it is going to go against O'Gorman, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start already. And that's on the receiver number 4. And that's going to be Andrew Pujato.
After the penalty, ball spotted at the 31-yard line. First down and 15.
So first and 15 now. Play fake from Norton. Ball tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted. It's picked off on the play by Isaiah Campbell. Lynx get the ball right back at the 39-yard line.
And it was tipped at the that's just your defensive line. That's just good defense. That's coached, okay? A lot of kids won't just stick up their hands when they can't get to the quarterback. You saw that last week with the Vikings. You know, Kirk Cousins getting him knocked down all the time. That's just coaching, and that's just a tremendous play by that defense.
Well, the Lynx have already taken one deep shot. And with the ball here, they're going to hand it off to Johnson. And Johnson's going to power his way to the 34-yard line. Tate Johnson and Jesse Steffel, two very capable running backs. And I've kind of liked the way that they moved them around this year.
And, you know, we always talk about that two-headed monster, and we've seen that multiple times in multiple years here in Brandon. But defensively, they both match up really well. I'm talking about the Brandon Valley defense and O'Gorman defense is that Brandon Valley is only given up 92 points and O'Gorman 131, so they're pretty close to each other.
Vegans checked out. Ciliuson is in. He's in the slot. And they're going to go deep again. Altoff again, and once again it is overthrown. And I like the I like the shots that the Lynx are taking early in this game. They did it a few last time we were here against Rapid City. They took some deep shots, but they didn't quite hit the mark. But eventually one of those is going to click, and we're going to have a long touchdown.
Well, they're noticing man-to-man coverage. There's no safety appearing. And so what O'Gorman comes into this game wanting to stop a run, period. And they want to make Tommy in that offense throw the ball, and that's what they're trying to do.
3rd and 4. It is Steffel. Steffel falls ahead. And it looks like he's got enough for a first down. We'll check to see the chains move. It was that 2nd, 3rd, maybe even 4th effort.
It should be a first down.
Yeah, well, they haven't signaled it yet. But, yeah, now the referee is signaling a first down for Brandon Valley. Jim Rickards Jr., the head referee, puts his hands up. First down, Brandon Valley. From the 29. Steffel still in there. He gets the call again, but not this time. He was gobbled up on the play right near the line of scrimmage by Aiden Thomas. And it'll be 2nd down.
Cole Siegfried a little banged up, your tight end for Brandon Valley, as he's holding his maybe his knee, maybe a hammy, maybe somewhere on that right side, that leg. But he could be a big factor. I'd like him to open that up, that tight end a little bit, because he's a big target too.
2nd and 9. Another I formation here. Steffel again. Nice run for Steffel to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up another manageable third down here. Hate to talk about special teams already, but if the Lynx get nothing here on third down, do you think they go for it on fourth down with a free possession off the turnover?
It just depends on how what they think of their kicking game. But here's O'Gorman's the highest scoring offense in the state. So you have to put up points at a lump sum, and getting a touchdown is massive compared to a field goal.
Ty McCann at the top of your screen. That's Ciliuson in motion. Makes it 2 wide receivers left. Skolton's looking that way. Pass is caught by Ciliuson. We'll see where they spot the football. Referee looked like he was signaling a first down, and the chains are going to move here. So a nice throw by Tommy Skolton. He's gotten better and better every single game he's played, including last year. That was a big-time throw on third down.
And that's what those shots, those deep shots are. They're going to open up things underneath, and it opens up the running game, and that's just a good call by the offense.
Yeah, and Ciliuson, sure-handed. I don't think he's dropped one this year that we've seen, at least here at home. Skolton throwing it to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looked like some foot tangling there in the end zone. No harm, no foul. Good no call.
Hey, keep on taking those shots. It just makes a defense, what you just talked about, a defense honest. If you're just one-dimensional, defenses become one-dimensional, and they'll go. When they have to think more than just going and tackling and covering and watching different coverages and watching different actual routes, it becomes harder to defend. That's football 101.
2nd and 10. And we got a Lynx timeout here. So Chad Garrow and the rest of the offensive staff saw something they didn't like. Boy, this crowd is riled up tonight, huh?
Well, this is going to tell you when a coach takes a timeout with 7:32 to go in the first quarter, 0-0 ball game. That tells you how important this game is, because how not just the game, every game's important, but how important this drive is to get 6 or 7 points. Mm-hmm. It's super important to take the momentum when the momentum's given to you on an interception or a turnover.
The Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors are the people to call in the Brandon Valley area for all your real estate needs. Call Harry at 605-366-0221 or go to harrybuck.com and learn more about available properties in your area. Harry and his partners, Miriam Hackler and Susan Anderson, are your hometown team of real estate professionals. Alliance Communications is the leading internet, cable, and TV and phone provider in the Brandon Valley area. Alliance customers have access to 100% fiber to the home, which puts them light years ahead of most households throughout the country. We are proud sponsors of Lynx TV.
Fireworks off to the distance above the scoreboard. I don't know who's shooting those off, but I don't know if it's
I would really like them not to, because they're playing a pretty important football game on the field. Hand off to the right side to Johnson. He almost got loose, but it was a nice run on 2nd down, down near the 14.
And folks at home, here's what O'Gorman does. The Knights do defensively. They run a 3-4 defense, so they have 3 linemen. You see that big nose tackle. I can't see his number right now, but
can't see any of them, to be honest.
I can probably look here. John Sewing, he's a big factor, that nose tackle. And if you take care of the nose tackle in 3-4 defense, you are going to be money. Now they have a 4-man line.
3rd down and 6. They're going to give it to Johnson again up the middle, and it's going to be close again.
So here is your answer, Kyle. It's going to be 4th and 1. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do?
Well, they're going to bring Jesse Steffel in, and they do.
Okay. That's a good call, because that's exactly what I would do.
And they're doing it more in the NFL, too, and in college. I think that Peterson, coach for the Eagles, really changed the way a lot of offenses work.
You mean aggressive-wise?
Just being aggressive, seeing the statistics of 4th and 1s, and their Super Bowl run last year. Yeah, I totally agree with this call. 4th and 1. They give it to Steffel.
It's going to go
Both.
where the ball is. It's not going to go where Jesse
Yep.
ended up. So folks at home, like, oh, no, it's not a first down. It should be a first down.
We're going to have a measurement. Lynx pointing first down, O'Gorman pointing our ball, Lynx student section pointing that it's a first down. O'Gorman's cheering because they think they stopped him. Let's just get the experts out here.
And the chains don't lie, so they'll tell us. It's a good first down.
First down. First down for the Lynx. Seemed like a good spot to me.
Hey, we'll take it. It's about a quarter of a football.
Yeah.
If we could see it, we kind of have this bird eye view of it, and that's what it looked like to me. But that's a huge pickup. You continue the momentum. 6:04 to go in the first quarter. You establish the run's established now, and you keep on burying it. You put the pedal down until it stopped.
And something we haven't mentioned yet, the Lynx have held the ball for 6 minutes so far in this first quarter. First and goal from the 8. Full house backfield. Here's Steffel up the gut. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. And the Lynx strike first on a Jesse Steffel touchdown. They take advantage of the turnover, Ken, and they lead at 6-0.
And one big thing about how the standings go, and I know we're all excited in the first quarter, and it's only the first quarter, folks, but a lead's a lead. Roosevelt, the big question, if Brandon Valley were to win, Roosevelt were to lose, Brandon Valley moves to the 2 seed.
Right?
Otherwise, they stay at the 1.
Extra point.
Or, excuse me, stay at the 3. I apologize.
Extra point is true by Sorensen. 7-0, Brandon Valley. That was a long, long drive, probably more than 10 plays, especially considering they started plus side of the field off the interception. But that is what you have to do when you get turnovers against a team, any team, but a team that has a higher ranking than you. You have to take advantage of those turnovers.
It's about winning the line of scrimmage, and right now the offensive line is winning everything about that line of scrimmage. The First National Bank, at the First National Bank, our student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. We are proud supporters of all things Brandon, including the new baseball complex, the First National Bank Field at Aspen Park.
7-0 Lynx. Just how you draw it up. And the Lynx have held the ball for over 6 minutes in this first quarter. We're already midway through it, and that was because of some hard running by our friends Tate Johnson and Jesse Steffel. A couple of nice throws from Skolton. This one is going to be returned by Canyon Bauer. It's a short kickoff, and Bauer gets loose across the 30. He fumbled the ball, and the Lynx got it. Lynx ball.
This is another massive turnover, and the thing about these turnovers is that they're on the Brandon side of the football of the field, beyond that 50 where you want to be, and that's huge for them right now.
Oh man! Talk about a momentum swing. Lynx had to punt. They get the interception. They score. They immediately recover a fumble on the kickoff. And the Lynx are going to try to hold this thing as long as they can to continue to keep the momentum. Here's Steffel. Steffel bruises his way to the 35. Not much, maybe a yard.
And so that high-powered offense that you see on the other side of the football, or excuse me, the other side of the field in O'Gorman, they have scored 234 points this year, and if you equate that, they're averaging right around 30 points a game, and
that's a lot
this
for high school.
In this first quarter, I'd like to see what their quarters are, but this first quarter is down to 5 minutes with 0 on the board,
and only one play, and it was a turnover. There's a play action and a dump off to Hansen, and he is crunched at the 35-yard line.
On the tackle, number 13,
Big
Zach
hit
Norton.
from Zach Norton.
On the reception, number 30,
And that's not a bad throw by Tommy. That's just Tommy trying to make a play. But the only bad thing about that roll is rolling Tommy, a right-handed quarterback, out to the left. He's got to reset his feet to be able to throw a good ball.
3rd and 9. Ciliuson is in the slot. Well, he's between the two receivers here, Altoff and McCann. And they're going to throw. Good protection. Pass is caught. And it's going to be a first down for the Lynx. The sure-handed Ty McCann with a first down right near the sticks. Good awareness of where the sticks are for McCann.
A great route. I mean, when you coach wide receivers, you want them to stick that foot, and that was they thought he was going on a 9 route, which is a deep route. Okay,
Yep.
Just a straight route. He came back to a 7 route and came back to the ball. And you're right, he stuck it behind the first down marker.
Yep, and it's just like you said, throwing deep can really help your team out with stuff. That wasn't necessarily underneath, but that almost was. Pass to the right side is caught by McCann again. Number 6 was tackled by number 6, Bo Blunt. And that was a nice gain on first down. Just as good as a running play.
Well, they're going to sit in man coverage. That's what they're doing. They are sitting in total man. There's no zone in that defense at all. So it's man versus man. And right now, the Brandon Valley, besides the offensive line winning the line of scrimmage, these receivers are really playing ball too. And hands off to Tommy also.
Yep, no pressure really so far on Tommy Skolten. Going to throw again. And Tommy's going to take off and run with it. He's across the 15. And that's going to be close to another Lynx first down. So that's Tommy just using his football brain, and he's going to be very close to a first down. He's going to be about a half yard short.
Tommy's playing a heck of a quarter right here, folks. I don't know his stats as we don't have the stats, but you see the accuracy is there tonight and the awareness. For him just to drop his shoulder and just say, I'm going to pick up 5 or 6 because everything broke down is huge for your maturity of a quarterback. And hopefully that's what we're seeing right now.
3rd and less than a yard. I'm going to give it to Johnson. He's going to be short. He was stopped on the play. Gezrabah was there for O'Gorman. A lot of O'Gorman
On the tackle, number 13, North.
players were there. They're going to give it to Zach Norton.
So as a play caller, which I've been a coordinator in my life in football, sometimes what you want to do, everybody's packed in on a defense. Sometimes we talked about Siegfried, the tight end, just slip him because they're not expecting it and slip him. Slip him up the seam, and that probably would have been wide open because his linebackers were coming downhill so fast.
Johnson to the right of Skolten. Skolten's going to throw. Lobs one to the end zone for Siegfried. Incomplete. Ty McCann was wide open down the left side, and it's just like you said, and it looked like it worked, but good coverage on the play.
Instead of on 4th down, on 4th down, trying that play, which they just did to Siegfried there, try it when they think you're going to run the ball.
Yeah, because they knew they were throwing on 4th and 3.
At the 16-yard line.
Especially after they lose 2 yards. Go ahead.
Hey, field position, still field position, and Brandon Valley right now has that field position by a lot.
So 1st down and 10. They almost bobbled the handoff. The handoff on the play is to number 30, Tate Wishard.
Number 30, Tate Wishard.
And Wishard is going to get, well, he's not going to get much. He's back to the line of scrimmage.
Hands off to O'Gorman coming into this ball game being 8. No, I get it. But here's the thing. They are not crisp at all tonight. You've seen a penalty on the opening play. And what I mean on the opening offensive play that got false start, okay? We've seen now Caden Bauer put the ball on the ground in special teams on a kickoff return. We're seeing weird snaps. Take advantage when they're not crisp. And this is a game where right now they're not in this ball game.
Norton's going to try and run it. He heads to the right. Good pursuit by the Lynx. He stays on his feet momentarily after a quick hit from Caden Johnson, and he's taken down. It's going to be a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And the thing, Kyle, is this: is that you gotta look at two different teams right now. Brandon Valley came to play, and it's not that I'm pro Brandon, and which I am pro Lynx, but the thing is, you can tell on that side of the ball, even defensively, the O'Gorman Knights for this quarter haven't showed up to this football game yet.
Norton, it's gonna be a keeper by Norton, and he's not going anywhere. He's gonna be gobbled up by a pack of Lynx at the line of scrimmage. Great defense by the Brandon Valley Lynx. It's what they've been doing all the second half of the year.
And they have, and it's all about swarming to the ball. Usually one tackle doesn't bring down a good offensive player, but three guys on him will bring him down.
The Brandon Valley Lynx held the ball for just under 10 of the 12 minutes of the first quarter. That's the end of the first quarter. It'll be 4th down for O'Gorman with Brandon Valley leading 7-0. Ken?
The Pizza Ranch of Brandon, they are proud to support. They're proud supporters of the Brandon Valley activities and the finest pizza in town. Bring the family for our buffet before the game or order our delicious boasted chicken or pizza after the game. Give us a call at 605-582-6322, and we will deliver it to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town. Go Lynx. The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to our website at brandoncf.org. Go Lynx.
Well, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Sioux Falls Lincoln right now at Howard Wood, 26-0. Lynx up 7-0 here on a 4th and 7. Lynx student section begging for a block. Bo Blunt is going to punt it away. It's a line drive. Muchkanaus fielded on a hop. It's going to be good field position for Brandon. Muchkanaus is going backward, but now he's headed forward. Gets a nice block at the 45. And he's finally taken down. There was a late flag. I think this is going to be a block in the back against Brandon Valley.
Very well could be, but there's a ton of missed tackles, too, by O'Gorman. And I don't know if you agree with me or not, but O'Gorman didn't get on the bus.
So far. I mean, there's a lot of time for them to wake up.
I get it, but mentally wise, that's contagious when you just haven't arrived yet.
Yeah.
And so that's going to take my prediction, and I hate making these predictions, but Brandon Valley's going to go into halftime with the lead. And what is O'Gorman going to do to get that team back focused as an 8-0 ball club?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't play football past freshman year, but this is going to send the Lynx back all the way to the other side of the field. It's a spot foul, I believe, and it must have been done near around the 43-yard line because, 48-yard line because it's a 15-yard penalty. Lynx still got decent field position here at the 33.
They do, and it continue to run the ball. Take shots. It's okay to take shots, especially when they're in man coverage, but continue to run the ball, continue to dominate that line of scrimmage.
They are going to run it with Steffel. Nice cut by Steffel, and he falls forward. Falling forward makes a huge difference because right there he got right around the 37-yard line, maybe even the 38. So that 2-3-yard run turns into a 5-yard run because he's able to fall forward.
And Jesse just keeps on moving and moving and moving, and that's a huge thing for him and any type of running back is don't stop your feet. Don't stop your feet for contact. Continue your feet because tackling is a hard thing to do, to be honest with you, when you're one-on-one.
2nd and 4, a handoff this time. Near the 40, I believe that was Hansen. And Andrew Hansen's not going to get much there, maybe a half a yard, so it'll bring up at about a 3rd and 3.
Well, and this third down's huge, and every third down in a football game's huge. Don't get me wrong, everyone's huge. But this is the next one, and this is a big one to continue to establish field position.
Well, maybe they look for Siegfried again. Play fake. Skolton's going deep. He's got Althoff there. He makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Carter Althoff with a touchdown. And they finally got it to go. They finally got it in sync just at the right time. It's 13-0 Lynx.
Strong running game and a defense that is predictable when you're all in man coverage. Sooner or later, the wide receiver is going to, if the quarterback had a ton of time, let's give it to the offense.
Offensive
Tommy
line's been
had
great.
a ton of time back there, and any receiver is going to run wide open if you give the quarterback enough time.
And especially somebody like him. I was talking to Evan Telcott, who plays basketball for Brandon. I was at one of the soccer games with him, and he just said, doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, 3 guys there. Because Althoff's just going to make it happen, and he did there. 14-0 Brandon Valley. The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to our website at brandoncf.org. Go Lynx.
The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports. Every week with stories and photos, you can get all the local news in print and online. If you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling 605-582-9999. The Brandon Taco John's. Sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. We have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. All of us at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx.
So Caden Bauer and Bo Blunt are back for O'Gorman with the Lynx. So far, really just shocking O'Gorman with turnovers and good solid defense and good old-fashioned hardcore offense. Nice kick. And it's going to be returned by Bauer. And Bauer is going to be down near the 22-yard line. Nice special teams pursuit. Pursuit's been great all day, special teams and defensively for the Lynx so far.
Defensively, though, sometimes when you get over pursue, stick to your assignment, though, because if somebody lets down on that assignment, especially in the secondary, things can pop open really fast for this offense. So we just have to stick to what we do best and just flow really well and stick to your assignment.
Here's a handoff, nothing doing. Wishart is gobbled up in the backfield. Another nice defensive play for the Lynx.
I think that's Sam Kroenke.
Yep.
No,
And
they're going
to give it to Hofer, but he was in there too.
Those are two really, if you look on your screen there for the Brandon Valley Lynx defensive line, two real big nose tackles, or defensive tackles, I should say.
Well, they're bunching their wide receivers here. Norton's first throw of the day. He's going to take off and run now. And that's a nice run, and it's a first down for O'Gorman. He's finally tackled by Neuenhuis. And Norton's been shifty so far.
Well, they need a little jolt, and we're talking about the Knights, is that they need somebody to pick up the offense, because right now, and defensively too, but offensively, there's minimal yards being gained by a high-powered offense over there.
First down and 10, Norton from the gun. He's going to roll. Eludes one man. Dumps it, and it's knocked away by Hansen. Got his hand on it. Penalty marker on the play after the play was over.
Well, great coverage as the quarterback had nothing to go to, and he just kind of flicked it out, and he was batted down.
Well, the referees have given us no indication on what this will be yet. I think this is going to go against the Lynx.
There is no flag because the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage.
So
Second down.
don't know what the penalty would have been. possibly intentional grounding, but
Completion, and second down
it'll be second down.
I think you're exactly right. That's what it would have been. But a big, what's happening here is you're seeing a lot of pressure too. And I haven't paid attention to the linebackers yet. But if they're bringing an extra heat besides the 4 linemen, if we're creating pressure with just 4, that's amazing.
And now we've got a false start penalty. The Lynx defensive fronts I think you saw it on that last play, switching, shifting, moving, just trying to, get O'Gorman to think for 1 second, like, okay, what's going on here now? And I think that's definitely playing a big role in this game so far.
Well, it is, and you can see that they're trying to get away from the pressure. That's why they're rolling him so much. They're
Right.
trying to get him out in space and to use his legs too, obviously. But they're really trying to get away from the pressure, and it's just not working because the coverage is so well. So every level of that defense is working well together right now.
Norton dumps it out, caught right near the line of scrimmage, and a nice defensive play by Jackson Hilton, the sophomore. Hilton's been on fire the last few games. He played exceptionally well.
He's really came on, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. And we rewind it way back to game 1, and like I said, I talked to one of the student athletes' parents, their father, and he said, well, they're really young, so they have to grow up really fast in that secondary as sophomores, and they have.
Norton throws it out. Pass is caught. Once again, great containment as the pass was caught by your guy, Canyon Bauer, but he's going to be stopped short. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's just great tackling. We're seeing, besides one scramble by the quarterback, that there was some missed tackles. Everything else has been money.
Well, the referee was signaling to stop the clock. Not sure why, but now the clock's starting again.
Bring up a 4th down.
Blunt. This one is not a great one. Mooch Canals fumbled it. Bad decision by Mooch Canals, and O'Gorman has recovered it at the 20-yard line. It's Caden Hackman.
Well, that's the jolt. Unfortunately, you never want to say this, but that's the jolt that offense needs. Moochkenhouse, he's let's just see here. He's a sophomore too,
Yeah.
and that's sometimes that's the mental part of the game where you either say, okay, you can't fair catch it because it's bouncing, okay? So there's fair catch, but you just get on the ball, okay? You don't try to make a play, just get on the ball.
Yep, or just let it go.
Right.
Norton throws it out. Pass is caught down the left sideline, out of bounds. A nice gain on 1st down. It's Hilton again on the stop. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 5. I believe the pass was caught by Bo Blunt.
On the tackle,
White jerseys, chrome numbers. A broadcaster's nightmare so far, but we're trying up here.
With a little bit of sparkle from the lights on top, it's just pretty tough.
We're going to give it to you. That's for sure. Norton from the gun. He's going to try and run it on a quarterback sweep. Gets the 1st down inside the 10. And he's going to be tackled near the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for O'Gorman. 1st and goal. So the turnover so far is looking like it's going to come back to haunt the Lynx.
Well, stiffen up a little bit. You've been playing on the other side of their line of scrimmage for a long time in this game. You can do that here. They're going to try to run the ball. It looks like they're really trying to get it with their quarterback on the edge. So that's what I'd be defending for all the time.
First time Norton's been under center. Fumbled snap, and Norton does fall on it. And running back Tate Wishart was very frustrated. I think he saw a path to the end zone there, but Norton could not hold on.
Well, this is 4-down territory already for O'Gorman. They're gonna use 2nd and 3rd, and hopefully they have to get to 4th.
Second and goal from the 5. Norton out of the gun, Wishart to his left. He's going to run it. Norton going to be tackled inside the 5-yard line, near around the 3.
This will stop made by number 53, Tanner.
Neuenhuis on the stop. Go ahead.
Watch that opposite side now. Watch them coming the other way with that, since they're maybe trying to bait a little bit to the left. You saw 2 runs now to the left with the quarterback. Watch them try to come back to the right here and maybe get that defense flowing a little bit. We'll see what they bring up here.
Norton out of the shotgun. He will throw. He's looking, dumps it wide open. Caught. Nope, incomplete. He was out of bounds.
I was going to say, he was juggling that ball. He didn't have clear possession, so it draws up the 4th down. Well, we just talked about a couple downs ago, and it seems like it was only 30 seconds ago that we were talking about it, but it is 4th down.
Yep.
You can come out of here with a defensive stance and no points for the O'Gorman Knights. That's going to be a massive jolt right back off of that turnover from Brandon Valley to get the ball back here.
No shock here from head coach Jason Poppinga. O'Gorman's going to go for it here on 4th and goal from near the 3. Finally get the play in. Took him a long time to get out of that huddle.
And he's got the fullback to the right, so they're going to try it right.
They're going to run it. And he is stuffed on the play.
And they become, I just called it that they're going
You
to the
called
right
it.
because their fullbacks there, they are being very, very predictable right now to a coaching staff that's on the field. I'm telling you right now. Because the fullback, anytime that quarterback's running the ball, the fullback's on that side where he's going because they want the lead block for him. And so, or that halfback, or whatever you want to call him, is right next to him. So they're becoming very predictable. But great job by the defensive staff and Coach Christensen to draw up and know that that's coming.
And it was Andrew Hansen that made the initial stop. Here is Jesse Steffel getting the Lynx some breathing room because the drive started at the 2-yard line. I am just so impressed so far by, and you're probably just licking your chops as a defensive coach, just about the pursuit to the ball for the Lynx. I haven't seen anything like this from this Lynx defense all year.
Well, it's great preparation. I'm going to dial it back to the coaching staff. They prepared this team to play, and on the other side of the ball, I don't know if they're so prepared right now mentally to come and play this game.
Skolton throws. It is... Well, is it caught? Nope, it was dropped. Nice defensive play. Well, now
Well,
they're saying it might have been complete now. I think it was incomplete.
And this is where you dial up a screen. Remember that screen that worked on play 1 with the wide receiver underneath? Dial that up because they're going to bring pressure now. It's 3rd down and you're pinned about at the 5. They're going to bring tons of pressure. They're going to blitz. That's my guess. And so see that little opening right there because they're in man coverage. Now they're going back to a zone, so it's a cover 3 on our side of the ball here.
There's some pressure
there it
over
is.
the middle. Caught by Althoff. He almost broke the tackle, but he gets the 1st down.
That's the same exact play that they ran underneath on the other side of the ball on play 1, and it worked. What happened was they got out of man coverage and they went into what you call as a cover 3. So it's a soft zone, trying to play everything underneath you and just tackle right. But in order to play a good zone, you know this, you got to be able to tackle well. And right now they're not doing that.
Right. And he's a tough guy to tackle. Here's Johnson. Breaks an initial tackle, heads right. Nice run by Tate Johnson. He gets a 1st down to the 30. This Lynx offense has been just as impressive as the defense. So far, so good, and it's been Johnson and Steffel running the ball hard.
And we'll give Brandon Valley credit where credit's due. It's very surprising to me as you go in and you're going into the playoffs next week that the team in the white is just not here yet.
But they could spark at any time. Here's Johnson. And he's tackled at the 30 by a swarm of O'Gorman Knights.
And how you can tell is that some of their leaders, like number 44,
Hit by number
num-
54, John Suey.
Aiden Thomas, he's trying to pep him up a little bit, trying to get him back in this, and he's yelling, and there's just not a lot of fire. Obviously, they've tackled well in games because they've only given up
130.
92 points.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Johnson again. And he's stopped again behind the line of scrimmage near the 28.
Now remember, coaching staff or folks at home, they're going to jump it. They're going to jump now into a zone. So what the offensive staff for Brandon Valley has to, it's called zone busters. Okay, you have plays specifically for certain zones, and you just the assistant coaches are saying, okay, are they going to jump into a cover 3 here? And that's what they're doing. They're coming to a cover 3 on this trip side of the ball.
Skolton on 3rd and 13. Good protection again. Skolton's going to run. He's going to be close. He gets the first down. Nice run by Tommy Skolton. He's used his legs twice today, and both times it's worked out well for him.
I'm super impressed with Tommy tonight. He is taking what the defense is giving him, okay? That play was obviously not designed for him to run, okay? It was designed to hit a hole we talked about in the zone defense, but he saw that that defense bailed,
Yep.
okay? Well, what's perfect for that is a scrambling quarterback.
Yeah. And, he's not known for his legs much, but when he can take off, he's got some speed. I mean, that thing opened like the Red Sea. He was wide open down the right side, and it was only a matter of whether he was going to beat the safety or not, and he did. The first down handoff to Steffel.
And I just love that they're going right back to the run. They are saying, okay, our offensive line is just going to beat your defensive line.
Yep.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep on doing it until you stop it, and that's just good play calling by that offensive staff and
Yeah.
Coach Garrow.
I think sometimes when you're playing the number one team, any team, regardless of who you are, you're trying to get cute, use some trick plays, this, that, and the other thing. It's been pretty simple for the Lynx so far. They're kind of calling O'Gorman's bluff here, I think.
Well, they're staying true to who they are, and you're seeing who they are tonight.
Under 3 to play in the first half. Skolton's going to roll. Throws it across the grain. Uh-oh. Out of bounds. Incomplete. And Tommy's not happy. Down the sideline, talking to his offensive coach. Nothing like a little fire from your team. It'll be 3rd down.
And composure, okay? It's 2:54 to go in the first half. You still want to control the clock, not give up any points going into halftime. So we just talked about, we know what they do. They play man coverage, okay? O'Gorman plays man coverage on 1st and 2nd down and jumps into a cover 3. So play to what they're giving you.
Tommy fires. Caught. McCann breaks the tackle, and he's down to the 31. Didn't necessarily break it, but he did juke out a man.
Folks, I'm at home. I'm gonna tell you how good this, and I know I've been just pro the Brandon Valley coaching staff.
Sounds like somebody wants a job.
But it's just they have them by the string on every play call, and that was, they knew where the hole in that cover 3 zone was, and they exploited it. That's just good play calling.
And your guy Tommy has to make the throws, and he has. Fumbled snap. Good choice by the Lynx to just fall on it there.
And
Jay
you
Johnson.
see O'Gorman is not trying to use timeouts here, because right now they're on their heels, okay? And they don't – usually you would say, okay, off a fumble like that, now it's 2nd and about, 19 they're saying? So you want to call a timeout here because you have them. But they're not, because they want to get into halftime more than the Lynx want to get into halftime right now.
And for the Lynx, just need to get 5-10 yards here and give yourself a chance. There's pressure. Dump off. Caught by Hansen. Hansen, he's going to get a lot more than that. He's down to the 25-yard line. Tackled on the play by Noah Reeves. Another great play call. Another great play design by this Lynx team.
I'm going to keep on saying it, and sometimes we're crucial about coaching staffs and what they're doing, and maybe, you know, sometimes it's second guessing, but there's zero second guessing. They are on their money. They obviously practiced. They knew what they were going into, and they are calling a perfect ball game right now.
3rd and 3. Let's see what they dial up here. Altoff and McCann are together. Skolton, look out. Pressure comes to him, and down he goes.
And that's okay. Everybody, well, he should have got rid of the ball. No, if he would have got rid of the ball, here's what would have happened. It would have been an interception because Altoff was double covered because he was looking that way. And so he just tucked it down. And the maturity of Thomas Skolton tonight is just flourishing. If he can take, and I know it's the first half, it's 2 quarters, but if he can take those 2 quarters into the second half and then convert that confidence and how he's playing and how smart he's playing into the playoffs, this team's really going to be tough to beat.
Very dangerous. McKinney Olson Insurance. Steve Tripp and the team at McKinney Olson Insurance is a proud supporter of Lynx TV. We are your longtime local insurance agency, and we will go the extra mile to gain your trust and give you peace of mind that we have you covered. And the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. The Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to help speak for and support local businesses. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. So remember, when you buy Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx.
Schoenemann Construction specializes in residential and commercial construction, serving the Brandon Valley area for nearly 40 years. They truly are your builders of reputation. Give Stan a call at 605-366-7842 for all your construction needs.
So 4th and 4. Lynx are going to go for it here with 57 seconds remaining in the half. Play fake. Skolton going deep. Underthrown. Knocked away.
And that's true.
Flag on the play.
No,
Flag on the play.
In order, why that's interference, folks, is, and you see it on Sundays a lot, is the corner just doesn't turn his head to make a play on the ball. He's just face guarding. That's what they call it, and that's what he did, and that's a huge, huge play. I love that play call again. It's just, boy, I'll leave it alone. But so we'll go into the penalty.
Yep, defensive PI. That's a good call.
The Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club, they are proud supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV. Go Lynx. And let's finish this drive. 51 seconds to go, 14-0. Brandon Valley over the number 1 ranked team. And don't forget, folks, you're looking at the number 3 ranked team right now in Brandon Valley.
First down. Play fake. Skolton. Flag on the play. And he just throws it out of the end zone incomplete.
Zach Bennett, number 71's going to get that on the holding, and he's protecting his quarterback, and deserving so, because Mr. Skolton, it wouldn't have been pretty if that defensive end was coming on the blind side of that.
So sometimes you wonder, oh my gosh, how can you hold? Sometimes taking a 10-yard penalty instead of a 10-yard sack, possible strip sack, fumble. Right. And sometimes on a sack you lose more than 10 yards. So haven't gotten the call yet, but this should be a hold against the Lynx.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
Even a field goal here would be huge, Ken.
Stay true to what you are, okay? They're guarding right now what a defense is going to do coming into this. I know they're about 8 to 9 yards away from the red zone and sitting in the, they're saying on the 29, but underneath stuff, and you have one timeout remaining, so be able to work underneath.
Tommy dumps it off. It is caught. Altoff breaks a tackle. He's inside the 10. He's going to outrun everybody. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Carter Altoff, you are ridiculous.
And that's just, again, that's good play calling, because you are working underneath the coverage. And for some reason, O'Gorman is not tackling well at all. There was at least 3 or 4 missed tackles on that. Now, give it to Althoff. He's a great athlete, but all year O'Gorman's been obviously tackling well, and it's just not happening tonight so far.
Ken, I don't think we punted. Was that a 98-yard drive?
And the kick is good, and with your score,
About 97 to
Yeah.
98. Yeah, you're
Wow,
right.
what a great drive.
But
And
it all starts.
took
it
3
all
minutes
starts
off
with
the
the
clock.
run.
Yep.
It all starts with the run and how they have established the line of scrimmage. And I know we're saying this offensively, but hats off to that defense. Remember, it was first and goal, okay, from about the 5. And they attempted 4 times, and I'm talking the Knights, to
Yep.
get in the end zone. And that defense stood tall and kept them out of that end zone. And that's their job, and that's what they did, and gave it back to the offense, which the offense is chugging on all cylinders right now. Everything's working. Keep the momentum. Now, stay composed, especially on a kickoff here. What's a deflator, and I'm not going to say it, but we all know it, and I won't say it. What could happen here? Make sure you stay in your lanes and tackle, just like you are defensively. Stay in your lanes and get there.
Jory Sorensen, squib kick, and a pretty good one, unless it goes out of bounds. And you know what? With 33 seconds to go, that's not ideal, but I guess it's okay.
Well,
I just wish they would have kept it in the middle of the field.
Right. One thing you don't want to do is get it out of bounds, especially on the squib kick. Usually your squib kicks are right up the middle, so
Yeah.
it doesn't touch the out of bounds, because now they're going to get even more yards, even though it's a squib kick's always a bad kick. So we'll see where they are going to spot it here. They're going to spot it about the 35-yard line.
Yep.
O'Gorman does have 3 timeouts. It'll be interesting if they just want to pack it in and say, hey, okay, we need to reset something here at halftime.
Yep. And so with 33 seconds to go in this first half, with the Lynx up 3 scores, we'll see if O'Gorman tries to chuck one up deep here. 3 timeouts left for O'Gorman. And Norton's going to try and run. He's not going to get far because he was crushed by Luke Wickersham.
on the carry number
Well, we
13, Zach
talked about
Norton.
on the last play that the defense was on the field, that they're running to the halfback or the fullback side, and they just did it again. That's super easy even for a linebacker to read.
And I love Luke Wickersham to death, but that was not a tackle by him. That was Sam Kroenke on the tackle, but still excellent play. And Norton has not really been much of a factor at all, running or throwing. I think he's got 1 run for a first down. Other than that, he has been completely contained. I think that's a good word to use, contained by this Lynx defense.
And remember, folks, I mean, they always say the powers in Sioux Falls. You know, this O'Gorman team has played Washington, Roosevelt, and the other 2 that are in the top 4. And they've, on an average, I just talked about, on an average, they've scored 30 points a game, and there's a big 0 on that board, hopefully going into halftime here with 27 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd down and 11.
Norton from the gun. Gonna throw. More pressure. He gets away from it. Dumps it right, and it is caught. And a nice catch, a nice sliding catch by Canyon Bauer. And I think we're going to have an injury here. Noah Hofer was bending over, but he's all right. And it's actually going to be a timeout for the Knights. It'll be 3rd and 1.
So they'll have 1 remaining, 16 seconds to go, ball at about the 44-yard line, and a long ways to go. But you can see what the defense is trying to do for the Lynx is we talked about how they were going to try to get it to their Division I commit, Jackrabbit commit, number 12, Caden Bauer, and deserving so, they should try to get the ball to him, is that what we're doing is we're jamming him at the line and then almost doubling him over the top. And so what we talked about in pregame is good defensive staffs or good coaches take away number one weapons of the other offense. Prime example. I always go back to the Bill Belichick effect. He is always preached, and I'm talking about the Patriots here, is that, and he's a great defensive mind. He always takes away the number one weapon
Yep.
and makes you beat him with everybody else.
Yep. They're going to hand it off. Wishard's not going anywhere. Noah Hofer was there on the tackle.
On the tackle, number 52, Noah Hofer. On the carry,
And he
number
did get a
32,
yard, so they are going to give him a first down here
Nice first down, ball spotted
at the
45-yard line.
45. Norton's got about 2 or 3 plays left. 1 timeout. Play fake. Somebody's got to go deep here. Sacked on the play by Parker Reed to end the half.
On the tackle, number
And that's a big, big play, but the other end of it, Parker Reed's going to get all the accolades for that sack, but the coverage was amazing in the secondary.
Absolutely. So it is 21-0 at the half. The Lynx are leading. We're going to have a shorter halftime here because there's no band, and we'll have about 15 minutes here. We're going to take just a short break for us to catch our breath here, and then we'll go through our sponsors, and we have some congratulations to give out as well, not only for our seniors, but for some state champions. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Of the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce to join the successful event by having booths in the Commons for a new feature-themed Pigskin Classic Crazy Days. Giving the business community the opportunity to piggyback on this huge event was a great gesture of thanks to those businesses that support Brandon Valley Athletics year in and year out. And as a thank you back, the Brandon Valley Booster Club, the Chamber is donating all the profits from their portion of the event. Here tonight to present a check for $1,360 to the Brandon Valley Booster Club are the 2018 Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce Board Chair Jason Melcher of Brandon Ace Hardware and Chamber President and CEO Kim Serwick. Accepting on behalf of the Booster Club are President Jill Rendo, Vice President Steve Kolbeck, and past President Jeannie Van Westen. This new partnership has helped both organizations, and the Chamber is excited to have been invited back to join the Pigskin Classic again in 2019. Thank you, Chamber of Commerce. At this time, we would like to recognize 2 Lynx athletic teams who won state titles last spring. The Brandon Valley baseball team won their first ever state class AA title with a win over Pierre. This championship came after 3 runner-up finishes in previous 5 years for Brandon Valley. Strong pitching and defense along with timely hitting were the keys as the Lynx marched their way to the title. Along with members of the team is head coach Jeremy Van Heel. Congratulations, State Baseball. And assistant coach Dallas Snyderman is with the men. The Brandon Valley girls track and field team also won their first ever state title at Sturgis in Rapid City last spring. After very close runner-up finishes the past 3 seasons, the Lady Lynx were able to put it all together, both in field events and on the track, to capture the title. Strength at the top of events and incredible depth made the keys to this accomplishment. Along with members of the Lady Lynx track and field team are head coach Troy Sturgeon and members of the coaching staff. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 state AA track champions, Brandon Valley Lady Lynx. Congratulations to all the athletes and coaches. Okay, next up, we have the seniors: Jacob Franzen, Julia Anderson, Evan Talcott, Myra Bunker, Cedric Barton, Anna Rheinsmith, Abby Risty, Hannah Sorum, Emily Irk, Grace Wright, and Jackson Workentine will each have their chance to compete for a $250 college scholarship provided by Lee Skellen and Harry Buck of Hague Realtors in Brandon. Each senior will have 2 attempts to kick 1 field goal through the uprights. If successful, they will be invited back next Thursday for the finals. Ready, set, go! I think that was Julia Anderson. Evan Talcott up next. And the kick is good. Myra Bunker. Myra kicks it through. Cedric Barton.
All right, welcome back here to Brandon Valley High School. The O'Gorman Knights taking the field. Lynx leading 21-0. We're here with the voice of the Brandon Valley Lynx, Bob Logan, who is here to talk about Oak and Vine.
What about a great half, huh?
Oh, man.
Holy cow, are we prepared or what? We always get better as the year goes on. That's great coaching and coachable kids. But I just want to talk briefly. We have a couple minutes here. The Brandon Community Foundation have our big fundraiser next Friday, October 26th. It will be the 7th annual Brandon Community Foundation. And this year we have a change of venue. We're going to be at the Holiday Inn Express. So you folks that have come the last 7 years, we're going to be at the Holiday Inn Express. And the reason for that, nothing the golf course did, but we've lowered the ticket prices a little bit. And we think that we're going to get a lot more folks there. But it's a great night that we count our blessings living in communities like Brandon and Valley Springs. And a couple big things that are going to be happening. We're going to be giving grants away to 501c3 nonprofit groups. And we actually are going to give, I think it's around $230,000 we're going to give at the end of, or we're going to give $26,000 away next Friday night. And
Wow.
We've given over $200,000 to these groups. And so I just want to invite everybody out. And again, it's next Friday. And this year our spirit winner is Mr. Tony Bosch. Everybody knows
That's
Tony
right.
from Sunshine.
My old boss.
I think he's been everybody's
I
boss.
think he has at this point in Brandon.
You know, if you look at, I think of Tony, I just think of work. That's all I think when I look at Tony Bosch. He has been
He
quite a
talks it
support.
and walks it.
Yeah,
he does.
he works, and so we're going to honor him as being the spirit winner. But it's going to be a great evening of food, music, and drinks. Brandon Holiday Inn Express. Tickets are $40 each this year. We've lowered the amount, and we're going to have some Jessup Cellar wines, music by Jay Tripp. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, sweet treats, and it's casual attire. And if you want to go, you can RSVP a text to Erin Dahl at 553-3925, or you can email her at tedoll, D-O-L-L, at alliancecom.net, or you can go to our chamber, or excuse me, our Brandon Community Foundation website, and you can get information there. But it's going to be a great night, and I think Paul's really cranking the music up here. We're going to give grants to 23 different 501c3s this year, and I think I kind of totaled up it's probably going to be over 1,000 individuals that will
Great.
be able to use that money.
Oh, that's great. And hold on, let me grab a pen here quick. All right, I'm sorry. Wait, what time? What day was that again? Here, let me write this down.
Next Friday,
Okay.
7 to 9 at the Holiday Inn Express. Friday, October 26th. Football will be, I think, here on Thursday night. We'll play somebody, I think, Watertown or maybe Lincoln. Depends on who.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for what you guys do. I wish I could hear you on TV, but I'm never at home.
Well, you can record it.
I'd like to say hi to Mr. Jack Lauer. I know maybe Jack's here. Coach Wayne Allen, I bet he's watching in.
Hey, Wayne.
He's smiling.
Oh, I'm sure. He's
Well, we got a
guy.
great crowd here tonight. It filled in pretty quickly at the end, but you know, we beat O'Gorman there last year, and I thought it might be the same thing. We don't have Braden Peterson, but we got a lot of good players. But they played a great first half.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, thank you, Bob. Bob Logan, the real voice of the Lynx. Once again, T and Oak, October 26th, $40 for tickets to that at the Holiday Inn Express. That should be a lot of fun. And like you said, we're hopefully going to be celebrating a playoff victory from the day before. And so far, so good here, as Bob was saying. Boy, we don't have stats in front of us, but I don't think we needed any to say that the Lynx completely dominated that first half. O'Gorman's going to get the ball start the second half. Can we keep talking about this coaching staff and the way they've coached up their players? Players obviously got to execute it. Can you imagine a more perfect first half for Brandon Valley?
Well, you can't. And one thing you have to take advantage of a team that's just not in that first half showed up to this field, showed up to Brandon. You can see him on the sideline, but to me, that's probably not the number one seed you're going to see, because they're going to get the number one seed, period. So they already have that
Guaranteed.
locked. And so maybe they are looking past, but maybe they're not. And you just never know. What you want to do is, it's kind of like a bye week in the NFL or in anything, is that sometimes it can play against you heading into the playoffs. This type of game can hurt the O'Gorman psyche, the team, the mental capacity of what that team has built all year at the end of the season, because you want to be peaking now. You want to get to that mountain right now and stay up there.
Yep.
You don't want to take two steps back, because everybody's going to be gunning now, and that's where we're at, and that's what you see the Brandon Valley Lynx football team right now. They're hitting on all cylinders, and they're taking an advantage of what O'Gorman is just not showing up to play in those first two quarters.
Jory Sorensen to kick off to start the second half. The Lynx coming together, up 21-0. As we're going to put 12 on the clock, 24 minutes separate the Lynx from a victory over number one O'Gorman. Lots of game left. My dad, John, who's watching with my grandma, Myrna, hi guys, and my mother, Chris, are probably at home watching right now, and they're seeing a dandy so far. Canyon Bauer is back for O'Gorman, and he is going to get the kickoff here. Had a nice return and a fumble on a return. And he is going to be down right near the 24-yard line. By the way, at halftime, celebrated a Chamber of Commerce check to the Brandon Valley Booster Club. I didn't get the dollar amount on that, but congratulations to the Booster Club. Do a lot of great stuff for us. Also, congratulations to the girls track and field team who won the state championship, and the Brandon Valley baseball state championship went to the Lynx as well in the spring. So congratulations to both of them. First down, and it's going to be a keeper for Norton. Goes up the middle across the 30, down near the 32. So they faked a handoff to Canyon Bauer. I think we're going to be hearing Bauer's name a lot in this second half.
Well, they're going to need to. He is their catalyst. He is a lot of what runs through that offense. As you see, and they try to use his legs and they try to use his arm. And right now, they kind of got away from his arm because of that first play or second play interception in the first quarter.
And it doesn't even feel like O'Gorman's offense has been on the field much. Norton's going deep. It's underthrown. It's intercepted! It's intercepted on the play, and a return by Jackson Hilton. Another turnover, the third of the day for O'Gorman, and the Lynx will have the ball inside the 40 again. Jackson Hilton is on fire tonight.
Underthrown ball, and Jackson Hilton takes advantage of it. He was in great coverage heading down the field. They wanted to take a shot, and Jackson Hilton didn't let that shot happen. And Lynx ball with great field position. We've been saying that for the first two quarters of the game. The first half was all about field position, and now they're going to begin their offense in the second half with great field position.
Well, Norton was thrown into a little bit of a breeze. It's not horrible, but it's definitely noticeable. Maybe it got caught up there. It's Steffel, late flag, right as the tackle was being made, so we'll check that. Noah Reef was there on the tackle. We'll check the flag. And it is going to be against the Lynx. It's going to be a holding penalty. It's going to back up the Lynx.
And Jesse Steffel's going to come to the sideline, maybe a little bit limped up here. Let's see why he's coming out early.
Offense, number 71.
Just looks like to talk to the coaching staff, and but continue to run the ball, continue to control the clock, run the ball, make sure that you're staying within your offense and not have big turnovers offensively.
Skolton. Ball tipped, and it is incomplete, almost into the hands of Ciliuson. That would have been, if that would have been caught for a gain of about 5 yards, I would have left town.
Well, here's the thing is that as a coaching staff now, they have to grasp Tommy and say, okay, we know you had a big first half. We get it. But you got to have a big game, not just a half, a big game. And you can't turn over the ball, and we can't get cute with it. Take what's given to you. And right there, number 21, or halfback, was wide open in the flats where he could have got to the flats there.
And
Big
it's
hole.
Johnson, just like you said. A nice run across the 35, and the Lynx are going to be close to a first down. Nice looking run from Tate Johnson. Both him and Steffel have looked great today, gain of 15.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4, very manageable, and that's what you want for an offense. You want that 3rd down to be super manageable. It opens up your playbook big time.
Altoff at the bottom of your screen with Ciliuson in the slot. Hanson and Johnson are both there. Play fake. Skolton. He's going deep for Altoff again, and he didn't get his hands up quite in time. Looked like a catchable pass, but it was incomplete, and I think the Lynx are going to go for it here.
Well, I don't know if I would here. I would try to – your defense has been playing extremely strong. As a coach, I never like to give them possessions, okay, and punt. I'm not a big punter. I don't like to punt. But you got to play the game as how it's rolling. Your defense is playing strong. You're going to give them big field position here if you do not convert.
Fairness and conversation, the Lynx are kind of rolling with free money here off the turnover, so they will go for it. It's a double reverse to Altoff, and Altoff cannot quite get away. Nice open field tackle by Bo Blunt, and it is a turnover. So, you know, hindsight's 20/20. You're saying punt immediately. You know, I'm kind of saying, the free money. I would agree either way with their
You
decision.
live to play another series, and so you always have confidence. What it shows is it shows that you're going to have confidence in your offense, but it shows that you're not confident in your defense. So you're playing that edge game as a coach. But here's what it does is that it becomes the ugly part of that possession, that you just gave them field position. You never want to give a team field position at the 34.
Yeah, it'll be first down for Norton and the O'Gorman offense, who haven't gotten much done so far today, but they're explosive. Pass is dropped. Oh, man. Canyon Bauer, the future Jackrabbit, couldn't hold on to that one. It'll be second down.
I can keep on saying it and repeating myself and saying it again and repeating myself, but I'm telling you, they either looked over this game, and I don't know how you do that as a coaching staff or players,
Especially against a ranked team.
especially when it's your last game of the season,
Yeah.
heading into the playoffs. They're not playing on the cylinder that they should be, and that's what we got tonight.
And now another reverse. And this is going to be a nice run for a first down. They're getting into the hands of Bauer. And Bauer gets the first down, so they almost ran the mirror version of what the Lynx did on the double reverse, and this time it works out, this time for O'Gorman.
And one thing defensively for the Lynx is you got to continue to take him away because they're used to going to him, and now they're lining him up in the backfield because they want to open him up a little bit, and that's Bauer.
They give it to him. Going to swing out, stiff arm, nice move, and a gain of about 4 yards for Bauer.
And let's give it a little bit, to the O'Gorman coaching staff, the offensive staff, is that they're trying to find ways to get it into their ball players. Arguably their best offensive weapon.
Yep.
They're trying to they can't get it through the pass, so they're trying other ways to get it to him, and it's working a little bit on this drive.
Second down and 7. Norton will throw this time, and it's caught by Bauer, and Bauer's going to be couple yards short of a first down.
Bauer, number 12 from Norton.
So you're going to see a heavy dose of him. That's my guess in this second half, because right now those other players just, the other receivers or running backs just aren't playing good ball right now. So they're trying to turn the tables here and get it into that playmaker's hands.
Norton out of the shotgun, 3rd and 4. He will throw. He gets pressure. He will run. He'll get the first down. And Steffel takes him down at the 35-yard line. So a nice run by Norton. He is a dual threat. He's struggled a little bit in the air so far, but, he's got a couple nice runs.
And this is what, like we talked about, not punting the ball. This is the Russian roulette part of it that you take, is you gave them good field position, and now they're barking, and they're coming on the other side of the field, on your side of the field, and they're looking to score.
Norton, quick strike, caught. And running to the left side, nice catch. I believe that's Bauer again, and he's inside the 10, and that'll be a first down and 1st and goal for O'Gorman.
And sometimes what you have to do is you have to play within your team's what you're doing well, and that's running the ball. I know Tommy's throwing some decent balls, some good balls, and playing really good defense. Do not put your defense in a bad situation where they're pinned back, and right now that's what they are by not punting the ball.
1st and goal from the 7. Norton throws, incomplete. It was a little bit too far out of the way for Jacob Bird. Good coverage on the play by Caden Johnson.
And I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Harry Buck, and with Heg Realtors. He's out at White Lake preparing for the hunting opener out at his farm in White Lake, and he is listening to it live. He just texted me, and he says, "Go Lynx."
Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm going to hand it off. And inside the 5-yard line, they're saying fumble, but I think that was after he was down. And it was another handoff to Braun. And actually, excuse me, that was Bauer. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal from about the 3.
Correction, 3rd down.
And so watch the quarterback sneak there. They've been they went really well with the quarterback. He's going to go under center, so you're not going to get a feel of where he's really going here.
They do sneak it. And he is stopped about near the 1. So they're knocking on heaven's door here. Copyright Bob Dylan. And it'll be 4th and goal from the 2.
Yeah, and so are you going to get that, or are you going to get the quarterback with the lead block from the fullback, and they're going to go under center with him again? Watch the same play as they're going to try to get right behind the center, but watch him go to the left.
Tate Wishart in the backfield. And it's a keeper. Stopped again. He stopped again. He didn't get it. Zach Norton faked a pitch to Tate Wishart, and number 53, Neuenhuis, gets in there, and the Lynx turn over O'Gorman inside the 5 again.
Just like I was crucial on the Lynx coaching staff, I'm crucial on the offensive staff for the offensive staff for the Knights is that you go, man, you don't try anything that's cute back there, and that was a cute play.
Yep.
And it takes some time, and they're already bringing a ton of pressure, and you don't take time. You just go up the middle, and they didn't do that, but that's close to a safety there.
Yeah, it was a handoff to Tate Johnson. And that's kind of what my problem with the 4th down play that the Lynx did. It was almost felt a little too cute. And O'Gorman's gotten a little cute here, too, it feels like.
Yeah, you don't fake a pitch. And what that does, that's another second that ball's in the backfield.
Yeah. When you're 5 feet away from the end
And you
zone.
know that the hounds on the other side of the ball are coming, burying. and they're going to get to that backfield.
2nd and 11. Skolton from the gun. Got to be careful here. And it's a handoff, and it's going to be a safety. Johnson couldn't get out of the backfield, so O'Gorman is on the board.
Safety by Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
And that's what happens when you run out of the shotgun. You know, you got to go 3 extra yards to get to the line of scrimmage. And this O'Gorman defense, I know we put up 21 in the first half against them. They're tough, and they finally are trying to find their way back into the game. And they could do it there with that safety.
Well, one thing is that defense is holding. Right now, the number one thing on this field is the Lynx defense. It is. It's period. They stopped them there. It's period. They haven't. The Lynx defense has not given up any points. Those points are from the offense. Okay, and so play as a coaching staff. Play to your defensive strengths. And I mean, if you don't get the first, I know we're going to be punting to them.
Yep.
Okay, but when we get the ball back, if we don't get a first down, live to play again.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Just keep on doing it because it's working. Don't try to change things and just to make kind of a different feel to the game.
Yep.
Nope. Just do what you're doing until it doesn't work.
Well, O'Gorman's going to get good field position here, even if Sorensen has an awesome punt, because they got a punt from the 20. And it's Bauer and Blunt back to receive this. That's a pretty good punt. Very good punt. And it's going to be a return here and not a lot of space. Heading outside. And that was a decent return out to about the 37-yard line for Kenyon Bauer. So here comes O'Gorman's offense. It's been 30 minutes now, and they've yet to get into the end zone. They've knocked on it twice. They've been stopped 2 times on 4th and goal from inside the 3.
But one thing about it is that now your defense is on the field a lot. And we know what happens to defenses any level. If you're on the field a lot, you tend to break down a little bit. And hopefully that doesn't happen to this Lynx defensive squad.
Norton's going to throw here. There's lots of pressure. And a throw is picked off. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. It's Ethan Tellinghusen. 3 interceptions tonight for Zach Norton.
Well, that'll answer our question
Yeah,
right
I guess.
there is that this defense is playing at a high level right now. I'm telling you, going into the ball game, O'Gorman, one of the top scoring offenses, if not the top scoring offense in the state of South Dakota, has been held to 2 points, and them 2 points haven't come off the defense at all.
First down for the Lynx. Good field position again. Here is Johnson. And decent run for Tate Johnson, who just got gobbled up in the end zone off of a safety, but that was a good run of 4. That'll bring up 2nd down. So the Lynx, I mean, it's hard to clock watch already because we got 18 minutes left, but if that run's working, man, you just run and run and run till you can't run no more and take some more time off, up 3 possessions.
That's the strength of this offense, is running the ball, so do it.
There he is. Good run. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Good run by Johnson. Number 22 for O'Gorman, Alex Kowalczyk. And Schwabach was also in there.
5-yard gain on that play.
And one thing, and so they're going to bring heavy run stoppage defense here, and that means the linebackers are going to creep close, and they're going to come. You can see them coming already. They're putting 5 to the line. So what you do is you try to get outside of that mud.
They're going to throw. Caught, Althoff, and I think his forward progress is going to get him a first down.
And it will.
Yep.
And that's exactly what that coaching staff did. They saw that they brought 5. They were 5 and 2 linebackers, and that meant man-to-man coverage on the outside, and they exploited it, and that's just a good call.
Ball spotted at the 42-yard line.
When in doubt, give it to Carter. because he has just been awesome this year, and he gets the job done. All these, every wide receiver tonight has played great. Sileason has some big catches. McCann, Altoff obviously has a touchdown. This time they give it to Hansen, and Hansen muscles his way for a couple of yards, maybe even 3.
And that's positive. Positive yards are good, especially on first down. And so now, Kyle said it was 3. So now you're at, I would say, 2 to 3 yards, but that opens up the playbook a little bit. Now they think you're going to run. Okay. Now this is where you take that shot to make it 28 to 2 or 27 to 2. This is 'cause they're in man coverage. You see it.
Now they do give it to Johnson. Johnson spun away briefly to the 35, and actually probably even closer maybe to the 34.
Johnson on the carry.
Schwabach was at the bottom of that pile.
Made by number 3, George Schwabach.
Schwabach's had a nice game tonight. Lots of tackles for him, for O'Gorman.
4-yard
There
gain
hasn't
on that
been much
play.
to
That
say
would
about
bring up a
O'Gorman so
3rd down
far,
and 2 for Brandon
which
Valley.
is a shock. But
This Lynx team came to play tonight on senior night, and it is a big, big night for them so far.
under 4 in the third quarter. 3rd and a long 2. They're going to throw again. Skolton's going to go deep for Altoff. Incomplete. It was good
Pass
coverage,
intended
very good
for
coverage. in
Now
fact.
you punt.
Complete.
You think so?
Bring up a 4th down for
Yeah.
the Lynx. Update from Pierre, a finals. Pierre TF Riggs 30, Aberdeen 0.
Pierre beat Aberdeen 30 to nothing.
City Central 7.
And the Lynx are going to go for it. It's going to be another 4th down,
All right.
about the same spot.
All righty.
7.
And let's see if the second time's a try. The second series doing this is a good one. They are under center.
Well, they got about 100 people up front there for O'Gorman. Steffel muscles his way, gets the first down, breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 30.
And they give it to that rumbler boy. He hit that hole, and it was there. And we can't tell from here, and I'm sure you can't tell at home, where that hole opened up, if he bounced into that hole or not. But you said prior to that snap, there was a lot of defenders at the line of scrimmage. And so all it takes is a little tiny hole, and he exploited it, and it's a first down.
Well, as Vikings fans, we know from all those years with Adrian Peterson, you put 8 in the box. If he gets past that first level, and that's exactly what happened with Steffel. He didn't score, but he got past that first level. They give it to him again. They're feeding their running backs here. He falls ahead to the 27.
And one thing you don't want to do, though, is you don't want to. It's not going to stop the clock because he didn't get out of bounds, but it was close. On these runs, you want to keep that clock turning. And good thing that Jesse stayed in bounds there.
Good awareness.
As about 2:25 to go in the third quarter, it's 21 to 2. O'Gorman, the number 1 seed, so far getting taken down by the Lynx, the number 3 seed in the state. In 11 AAA.
Tate Johnson is in. Ty McCann came in for Vegans. Now they give it to Johnson this time, and Johnson just shimmies his way across the 25. Another really good-looking run to the 20, I'd say about the 23-yard line. And that'll be another short 3rd down here. A 3rd and about 3.
Well, the Lynx really have found. I mean, we've been harping on it a lot this year, but they have a very, very good offensive line. You don't chug this many yards on the ground and create that much time for your quarterback to throw deep and not be a good offensive line, and they found something here.
3rd and a long 2. They'll throw again on 3rd down. Over the middle, he's got Altoff there. Touchdown! Brandon Valley Lynx. Altoff has 2. And the Brandon Valley Lynx take a 27-2 lead with 1:21 to go here in the third quarter. Huge touchdown in the best game that Tommy Skolton has ever played. He is making mincemeat of this O'Gorman defense.
And he better thank those running backs in that offensive line, because that's what's opening everything up in that backfield. It's forcing them to go to man coverage. It's forcing them to put more in the box, which is opening up the deeper throw.
Jory. Yep.
He is good.
Wow, we.
And good
28-2.
It is a surpriser, and I'm sure they're saying that every telecast that's picking up the telecast or it's here tonight. It is 28-2, 121 to go, third quarter, and your Lynx TV sponsors are as follows: the Harry Buck team at Hegg Realtors, the Alliance Communications, the First National Bank of Brandon, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, McKinney Olson Insurance, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Schoeneman Construction right here in Brandon, and the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club. Thank you all for bringing this live, and hopefully, we get that home field first playoff game at least. So I believe we will be able to bring it to you live again like we have in the past. It's just a joy to be able to do this. And the reason we're able to do this is because of these Lynx TV sponsors. Thank them all when you're out in the community or you're at their business.
Great kick by Sorensen. And it'll be a touchback.
Sorensen with
And
the
Sorensen,
touchback.
I mean, it's all been extra points and kickoffs, but even he is playing
Thanks for
very
taking
well.
over first and
His
10
kickoffs have
from
been
the 20-yard
deep.
line.
They're giving the Lynx a chance with the high hang time. Everything is just coming up roses for Brandon Valley so far.
Well, the stands over on the other side, and it's pretty full of O'Gorman Knights football fans, and they are silent. I couldn't hear them anyways, but I'm sure they're silent.
Well, here's a keeper by Norton, and Norton gets to the second level. Nice looking run, and he outruns the secondary. And finally, Isaiah Campbell is there to take him down across midfield, and a quick hitter for
Number 33,
Norton,
Campbell.
and he has run the ball quite well today.
Boy, he's a weapon, isn't he? Out of
Very
that
good.
backfield. I mean, I haven't seen the arm that everybody talks about, but man, with those legs, he can move.
And here's Wishart. Wishart's pushing the pile. He got a first down. And some anger and frustration out of this O'Gorman offense, I think, on this drive.
Well, and defensively, you can't scoreboard watch. We just talked about scoreboard watching. As a defense, you can't do that either. You got to say that you're down. You know you're not winning this ball game right now, and we need to step up defensively.
Pass to the outside is caught, and a slip of the tackle. Out of bounds is number 14 for the O'Gorman Knights.
On the
That's
reception,
Pavelko.
Pavelko
And
from Norton.
And sometimes what coaches will do is mentally get the team back into order and defensively. Sometimes a timeout. I know they don't want to do that with a 28-2 lead here with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, because you can use that third quarter into the fourth quarter to do that. But, boy, they're not tackling well right now.
Wishart literally dragging
Wishart on the
a
carry
Lynx
again for
defender
the Knights.
across the 10 to about the
Second
8-yard
made by
line.
Number 33, Campbell.
Campbell was there on the stop eventually, but
Gain of 7 yards
that
on
keeps the
play.
clock moving.
Second down and 3.
And I think O'Gorman's going to let this clock run and just end the third quarter, and we'll live to fight another quarter. Well, no, they're breaking the huddle. This should be the last play of the quarter here. It is. Norton's going to run, and he is going to get into the end zone to end the third quarter. Touchdown, O'Gorman. And the Lynx
On the
defensive
3 number
shutout
13,
is
Zach
over.
for the Knights touchdown.
Well, they can't think about it. It's only an 18-point game, okay? And you got to, or it's not an 18. I believe they'll go for 2. Maybe they'll kick the extra
No,
point.
they're going to kick it.
But it's still a ball game. A full quarter with
Yep.
a high-powered. You just saw what that high-powered offense can do. And that took a little over a minute to drive that far.
And the extra point, we got a flag. I think
Penalty flag on the
O'Gorman
play.
jumped unless they were persuaded to by Brandon Valley. We'll check it. Yeah, so if they make the extra point here, that'll make it a 19-point game, so you need, what, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and a field goal. Or you'll need 3 regular touchdowns to win it.
Encroachment, 65.
And this is going to go against Brandon Valley.
Half the distance.
And I'm just saying, though, you just, folks, you just saw, those of you that haven't turned off your TV yet, you just saw what that offense can do. And we, as a defense for the Lynx, they cannot sit on their heels here. You just can't.
Extra point
And the kick is good.
is good, and it's 28-9. Brandon Valley is leading number 1 O'Gorman. The Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors are the people that call in the BV area for all your real estate needs. Call Harry 605-366-0221 or go to harrybuck.com to learn more about available properties in our area. Harry and his partners, Miriam Hackler and Susan Anderson, are your hometown team of real estate professionals. Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, TV, and phone provider in the Brandon Valley area. Alliance customers have access to 100% fiber to the home, which puts them light years ahead of most households throughout the country. We are proud supporters and sponsors of Lynx TV. At First National Bank, our student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. We are proud supporters of all things Brandon, including the new baseball complex, the First National Bank field at Aspen Park.
Hurdling, 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
And we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Brandon Valley Lynx here.
Against Jesse Steffel. So we're going to head into, and that'll be tagged on to the kickoff. So it's going to, what it's going to do is it's not, it more than likely won't give us great field position as an offense. Where did you lead off there?
Pizza Ranch.
Okay, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon are proud supporters of Brandon Valley activities. And the finest pizza in town. Bring the family for our buffet before the game or order our delicious boasted chicken or pizza after the game. Give us a call at 605-582-6322 and we will deliver to your doorstep. Tailgate or wherever you are in town, go Lynx. The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to our website at brandoncf.org. Go Lynx.
So O'Gorman kicking off from the 45, and it's an onside kick. And it goes out of bounds. Oh, thank goodness it did. Oh, boy.
Ball went
Because
out of bounds.
Caden Hackman just about got to that football for O'Gorman, and that would have been O'Gorman ball inside the 20.
Penalty flag in the play.
They're calling a penalty here, but it will be because the kick went out of bounds. And where will the ball be spotted is the question. Lynx are going to want to take the ball, I'd say. And it will be spotted at the, I believe, the 30-yard line. Oh, excuse me, it's not the 30.
Well, with the penalty, it's
35-yard line.
After the penalty, ball will be spotted at the 35-yard
Yep.
line, where the Lynx will take over 1st and 10.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team. Ball is placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
Good old-fashioned standoff between O'Gorman fans, student section, and Brandon Valley student section. The oldest trick in the book. Who's got more spirit?
right.
And, boy, I've been around Brandon Valley for a long time, and when they want to bring it, their student section can bring it. First down handoff is to Caden Johnson. And
Caden
Johnson's
Johnson
going to
on the
get
carry
about
for
a
Brandon
yard
Valley.
on that play.
Tackle made
So
by number
continue to
11,
run the
Noah
ball.
Reeves.
but you got to continue to
Short
be
gain on that
aggressive
play.
too.
Bring up a
You
second
have to
and
play
9.
like you don't. I just said it. Defensively, you got to play like you don't have the lead, and offensively, you got to do the same thing. You have to use the clock. You have to bury the clock, which the run should do. But the passing game may be crucial here because you just don't want to go 3 and out, you know,
Yep.
and punt.
Johnson, nice run across the 40, down near the 41-yard line.
Carry for the Lynx.
And this is a big third down here for the Lynx. They would really like to move the chains here,
The tackle number 4 for the Knights.
obviously.
And so it'll be a 3rd and 4.
Yep.
A lot of time left.
Gained 4 yards on that play. That will bring
The
up a
whole,
third down and 4.
basically, the whole fourth quarter, and you want to keep it out of that high-powered offense in O'Gorman.
Well, this looks like a running formation for the Lynx. They can be deceptive. No, it's a straight handoff to Johnson, and Johnson is going to be right near the marker, and I think he fell ahead. Ken, I think that's a first down for your Lynx. Yep, they're moving the chains.
And so
Huge
that-
first down.
As they move the chains, they'll stop the clock, but then they'll be winded back up again as your Lynx grab a first down, and they stay true to what they've done all night, is run the ball heavy and pass off that run. And man, that offensive line has really worked. And give it up to those running backs too. They've really great ball game so far.
Great ball game for the offense overall. Just tough as nails. Johnson, lots of room to midfield. Caden Johnson needs to hold on to the ball, and he does for another first down to the 39-yard line. A tackle by Andrew Pujato,
For the Knights.
but that's going to move the sticks.
And so you're getting a big dose of Johnson, number 21, and you may see a little bit of number 2, Steffel, coming in the ball game too, because that two-headed monster. But that hole was massive on the right side there by the Lynx offensive line.
This offensive line has been just a dandy. Vigenson motion on first down. Why not? Johnson again. Bust to the right side. Lynx want a flag for either a face mask or a horse collar. Jesse Steffel will check into the ball game
Tackle for the Knights.
for Brandon Valley.
And I think they kind of hooked the back of his helmet and grabbed the back of his helmet and threw him down, and that's still a penalty.
Bring up a second
You
down.
can call it a horse collar, whatever you want. It's a penalty, and it just wasn't called.
Steffel in the backfield now with Hansen on 2nd and 9. Play fake. Tommy's going deep for Althoff. Knocked away beautifully. Great coverage on that play. I believe that was Schwabach.
So now what that does, that stops clock, okay?
Incompletion.
I get that you want to put more points on the board, but you
Blunt
always
was
is a
the
philosophy
defender
on
the
offense
play.
when you
It'll
have
bring
the
up a
lead,
third down and 9 for
and
Brandon
especially
Valley.
this lead at this point of the ball game with this amount of time, you work short passing offense to keep the clock going, keep on managing that field and managing the clock.
Skolton from the gun. Going to throw. Gets it out to Johnson. Johnson's going to get a first down. So I'm sorry, I said Steffel was in the backfield, but Tate Johnson had come into the game. And that, I mean, when it's working, it's working.
Number 67,
Because
Parker
Johnson has
Pollack.
just been absolutely ridiculous
And
in
that's
this
another
game.
First down for Brandon Valley. Ball
First down,
spotted
Brandon
at the
Valley.
28-yard line.
And that's how you
First and
manage the
10.
ball game. Get it out to the flats. You almost want to do that on second down there, but get it out to the flats and let those running backs that are playing at a high level in this football game, let them work.
And Johnson this time is not going to get much.
Johnson on the carry.
But again, that's going to keep this clock trucking.
Tackle made by
To under-
44, Aiden Thomas. Short gain on that. First
Under
down
8
play.
minutes.
Second down and 9, Brandon Valley.
28-9. as the 3 seed and the 1 seed are going at it tonight. And so far in the ball game, the 3rd seed is looking like the 1 seed.
I don't think I'm going to sigh with relief until that clock hits triple digits, triple zeros. 2nd down. Jesse Steffel is eaten up in the backfield.
Steffel on the carry.
Beautiful play
Tackle made by number 87, Jonah Webben.
by Jonah Webben. First tackle of the game for him.
3rd down.
And now, as a 3rd down comes on, it's 3rd and 9. You're at the 27. You don't need to find the end zone here. You need to find yards and continue to make that clock run. It's running right now, and try to get the 1st down. Be manageable. Here's almost a 4th down. It's is 4-down territory because you want to keep that clock moving. And field position is predicating a 4th down play.
Here comes pressure. Skolton is going to go to the end zone here with McCann. Oh, McCann had it, and he dropped it incomplete. So with 6:58 to go, Lynx have a decision to make here. They're at the 27-yard line. 44-yard field goal, or 40. Well, it would be more than that, actually. It'd be about a 45-yard field goal. That's tough.
And you don't want to do that. You know, as a block kick, anything can turn,
Yep.
and that's about a 20-second play that happens there, and if you get a score in 20 seconds, that turns the whole game. We'll see what they do here, and maybe what they do is they run this little screen that they've been doing with the wide receivers underneath. It's worked twice.
4th and 9. Skolton's going to roll. He's going to step up. He's going to try and run for it. He gets to the 20. He's got it. No flags. No flags on the play. 1st down, Lynx.
Tommy. Okay, if I'm Coach Gator on the sideline, don't run out of bounds. Just go down.
Yeah.
If you want
Yeah.
that clock, I know the change of the markers stops the clock, but
It's
you
20
want to
seconds.
continue. You want to continue to chug that, and I get that he doesn't want to turn over the ball or anything. That's smart too, but just continue to work the clock. Be smart.
1st and 10 from the 16. Johnson up the gut. Nice looking run for Tate Johnson. Another one. Gain of 4. It's going to get us to right about the 6-minute mark with your Lynx leading by 3 possessions.
And like we said earlier, pregame, we don't have the stats, but my guess is total yards for Tommy Skolton has to be around 300. And I'm talking run to pass
Yeah.
with that. And he's had a tremendous game. And one of the keys tonight has been no turnovers by him.
No. And they maybe punted once. Went for it on 4th down a few times. And now we got a penalty marker. And I believe this will go against the Lynx. It's going to be a false start.
And delay a game, I think,
Well, maybe, yeah.
as they took their time. And sometimes that's on purpose. I mean, I know it stops the clock, but you were able to take that whole play clock and bury it down to 6:02. I mean, sometimes you know that you have field position, and I get it, but sometimes you just keep on using the clock.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it was on purpose by any means, but sometimes it works in your favor. We'll put it that way.
Well, may the time of possession forever be in your favor. I think they said that on the Hunger Games.
That
Or
is
something
true.
similar. Here is Jesse. That is Johnson. He breaks one tackle and he gets to the 12.
Johnson on the carry, number 21.
And the key is he stayed in bounds. Along with gaining
Evan
positive
Winfrey
yards,
from
he's
the
staying
Knights-
in
from the
bounds.
Knights on the tackle.
And as we get under 6 minutes,
Couple yards on that
I'm
run.
telling you, this drive ate the 4th quarter.
3rd
This
down
drive
and
alone.
7.
Yep, it's been almost a 7-minute drive. And a big 3rd and 7 coming up. Play fake. Skolton. He's going to throw it into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Cole Siegfried. And there is your dagger. The Lynx lead at 34-9.
That will more than likely do it, as Kyle said. And
I'm calling it.
I love that they're using that. I think Cole Siegfried from here on out can be a massive weapon because you have a big wide receiver on the outside, and Cole Siegfried's no slouch for height and physicality as a tight end, and he obviously can get open, and that was a money throw.
Jory Sorensen. Well, hold on a second here. They are saying the kick is good, but one referee underneath the uprights had his arms up in the air. The other one was stopping the play. So let's just wait a second here. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the O'Gorman Knights. And are they going to re-kick? I think they're going to re-kick.
Penalty on the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
So now the offense, I think, is coming onto the field here. Maybe it will be Jory. Actually, I think Jory's in here. Yeah, they're just gonna re-kick it. I have been a part of a lot of unbelievable games here at this field as a student, as a college kid coming back to watch his team play. I saw on this field the Lynx defeating a Sioux Falls team to go to the Dome back in 2013, but I cannot remember a more just unbelievable game, as the kick is no good.
The kick is no good.
This has been a
And with the
true
scoreboard,
testament
34,
of what the Lynx. I keep seeing this around in the papers and on T-shirts that I screen print at my job, the Lynx way. And tonight it's been the Lynx have had their way, but they've done it the Lynx way with tough, gritty, blue collar, getting your lunch pails, going out to work. This has been one of the biggest thrills of my life calling a game like this. This has just been great.
Well, anytime you play going into the game to one seed, or the number one team in the state, and arguably, I mean, they deserved it going in, but boy, we've seen a lopsided game, all game, except for, a few, like two mishaps and one mishap drive for like a minute and 30.
Yeah.
It's been all Lynx all day and all night, and so
The only thing I complain about is the fumbled punt, and that really hasn't come back to bite us at all. In fact, it probably amped us up because of the goal line stand.
right.
Jory kicks it off here, and it will be returned and to about the 28-yard line, a return by Bo Blunt. 5:07 to go. Lynx 34 and O'Gorman 9. The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the local news in print and online. If you haven't already, subscribe to it today, 605-582-9999. Sign up for Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. We have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always fresh just for you. Go Lynx. Norton. Nobody's open, so he's going to take off and run. And he is tackled by Tanner Neuenhuis. And these Lynx fans can feel it. They can taste it. They have been ruckus all game, not just the students either.
And I think, they're showing other teams in this state that lost to this and that may play this O'Gorman team. You really have to confine and make their quarterback irrelevant. And I know that's hard, especially his legs.
Wishart for no gain.
I think that's what opens up their whole offense. And you and I haven't watched a game of them, but to see what they've tried to do offensively is they really try to use the quarterback's legs all night. And Zach, except for a couple runs, Zach Norton for the Knights really hasn't been able to exploit that at all.
3rd and 7. Norton going to go deep. He's got a man, but it's overthrown. Pass was intended for Sam Stuckel.
From Norton.
And that'll bring up a 4th down, and the white flag has been raised. O'Gorman, the number 1 team in the state, will punt down by 25.
Well, it's probably smart. They need to regroup in a big way. That team over on the other sideline. The team on this sideline, your Brandon Valley Lynx, need to use the momentum, boil it over into the playoffs, and see what we can do.
And that punt was blocked. If anything else could go right, the Lynx will have the ball right around the 46-yard line. So just one final big play. The only thing that we got to talk about now is for the Lynx to carry this momentum. You talked about the peak. This can't be the peak. This could be the start of the peak. This could be the time when the Lynx are playing their best football, but they got to continue that all the way to Vermilion. They play like they did today. They will be there, hook, line, and sinker. And I'm not, O'Gorman didn't have their best game tonight. I don't think there's any question about that. Was it partly what the Lynx did? Of course it was. But I think if we played O'Gorman again, we'd see a lot different of a game. But just very impressive night.
It is.
1st down handoff is to Johnson. He's going to be eaten up in the backfield.
Tate Johnson on the carry.
So McKinney Olson Insurance, Steve Tripp and the team at McKinney Olson Insurance is a proud supporter of Lynx TV. We are your longtime local insurance agency, and we will go to the extra mile to gain your trust and give you peace of mind that we have you covered. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to support and is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. The Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to help speak for and support local businesses. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth in the Brandon Valley area. So remember, when you buy Brandon, you support all things Go Lynx.
Tate Johnson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley. A 54-yard touchdown caps off Tate Johnson's best game of his career, and the Brandon Valley Lynx are blowing out the number one team in the state. It's 40-9.
And that touchdown sponsored by Schoenemann Construction.
There you go. Boom,
Specializes
baby.
in residential and commercial construction, serving the Brandon Valley area for nearly 40 years. They truly are builders of reputation, so give Stan a call at 605-366-7842 for all your construction needs.
And this is a busted play. Tellinghughes in. Catch was made. Flag on the play.
Penalty flag in the play.
And I don't think this is going to count.
And we'll see what the laundry is on the field and what they're going to call. They're going to call it good.
Oh, it's good. Could be defensive holding. And that was not designed, I don't think. I think that was a bad snap.
That would be my guess. It's going to be an
Yeah, it is gonna be against the Lynx.
man downfield,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay. Anyway, you were
So
saying?
this extra point is brought to you by the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club, and they are proud supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV. Go Lynx.
Oh, man. Hey, by the way, while we kick this extra point, I forgot about this, and I feel just terrible. We'll wait for the extra point here since we got through all the sponsors. It is senior night here, and the seniors will never forget this one. That's for sure. But we'd like to thank all of the senior football players on here. We'll wait for Jory to kick this one through. High snap. And he didn't kick it through. He missed it. But so it's 40-9. Isaac Burchell, Matthew Johnson, Caden Johnson, Cole Siegfried, Micah McGee, Rashid Hodge, and Isaiah Campbell, Ethan Tellinghausen, Jordan Block, Devin Jones, Andrew Hansen, Burke Weber, Noah Hofer, Tanner Neuenheis, Jack Harvison, Nathan Ennen, Michael Poncelet, Sam Cronky, Quinn Grody, and Carter Altoff, including cheerleaders Anna Nuss and Sydney Hayes. Thank you to our seniors. And this is a senior night that nobody is going to forget anytime soon, as the Lynx are up 40-9.
And I get that you just knocked off the #1 seed going into this ball game, the O'Gorman Knights, but you can't get too happy because your next game's your biggest game, and that will be, I believe, a home playoff game.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Lynx will be playing at home next week
Kicking off for Brandon Valley.
on Thursday, I believe. This is a short kick. And Pavlico couldn't handle it. Now he does. He gets a grasp on it and more. A nice return. Jesse Steffel makes the tackle at the 45-yard line. So 2:44 to play. Did you ever in your mind think that this is the way this game was going to play out?
Well, I never thought
Corbin will start out in your own
that-
territory at the 46-yard line, first down and 10.
how do I say it? I don't want to be a coach here. I never thought that O'Gorman would come here and just not be prepared for a battle.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Hand off to Wishard. And Wishard is going to head right, and he is going to head into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Nice run by Tate Wishard. He scores. And the O'Gorman Knights get some points late here in this game. Tate Wishard, a junior, who has ran the ball pretty tough today. Unfortunately, O'Gorman didn't really have much time to run the ball with any of their running backs when they got down 2 touchdowns early.
And so the second defensive unit is out for Brandon Valley.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's an excuse by any means, but that was a pretty great run.
Extra point. Pavelko. High snap. Pavelko is going to try and run it. He throws it too tall, incomplete. Intended for George Schwabach. So now your score is 40-15.
Your score, the Lynx 40 and the Knights 15.
And I was talking to some people before the game. I said that if this is either going to be a stud or a dud. I wasn't expecting it to be a dud, no offense, from the Lynx standpoint. I didn't see them coming in and blowing out the #1 team in the state, just in the way you wouldn't expect somebody to, come in and take down Bama, regardless of whether you're at home or on the road. I'm not relating O'Gorman to Alabama, obviously, but just for some perspective. But, yeah, I'm quite shocked at the way that this one played out. But I can't say that I'm not happy. We had a lot of people saying that the broadcast was great and the Lynx played great with us so far, too. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry about that.
Well, no problem. I interrupted you, but
Well.
here's the whole thing is that, and as being a coach, and you've been on high school teams in your life, and coaches have probably preached this to you a million times over, is that we're only as good as the next game. And so this it's good to be celebratory tonight.
Yep.
But you got to get back to work because it's a short week again. It's Thursday.
Yep.
You said, and that's playoff football, and it's win or go home then.
Yep. And Muchkanaus slides down.
Number 28, Mark Muchkanaus.
Yeah, you're right though, Ken. There was no state championship won tonight,
23-yard line.
regardless of what you want to say about the way the Lynx have played against #1 O'Gorman. But I mean, this has to be if I'm the coaches after this game, I'm going, hey guys, look at the way we just played. We got to keep doing that. This was just the beginning. This was the last game of the season. Our new season starts next week.
Well, it shows us that they're a championship caliber team, but it also shows himself that they're a champion. Because remember, the Sioux Falls schools, besides the Lincoln game, okay,
hasn't been real friendly to the squad.
Well,
And so your two losses have come from Washington and Roosevelt, and now you have a team that beat Washington and Roosevelt, and you just knocked them out the door at a 40-15 pace.
wow.
And so this shows a lot about your team, but like I said, it's good to be celebratory, you know, and want to celebrate and be good today and tonight and go into a victory formation here. But when that clock hits 0, it's on to the next game.
Yep. The page will turn. And, like you said, victory formation for the Lynx. Go through our sponsors one more time here, shall we? The Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank, Pizza Ranch, Brandon Community Foundation, Brandon Valley Journal, Taco John's, McKinney Olson, Insurance, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Schoeneman Construction, and the Brandon Valley Booster Club. I usually try and individually give out these team MVP or these game MVPs, but I'm giving it to the whole defense tonight, my friend.
Yeah, and I'm going to give it to the whole team, and especially the coaching staff. They drew up a great game plan. They had these kids ready to go into a war, and they were successful. And that's huge going into a game like this, and it's huge. So as a team, and I'm talking, and I said coaching staff and all players, it's really a good victory for the whole team and the whole school.
Yep.
But like we said, just get back to work. Come tomorrow.
Come tomorrow. We'll be ready for whoever we may play. We haven't gotten any indication on who we might play. I heard grumblings of possibly Sioux Falls Lincoln, but I don't want to put any words in anybody's mouth here.
Take over on down.
There's the final kneel down. So with 21 seconds,
15-yard line. First and 10.
O'Gorman will come out onto the field here as a formality.
And they're going to go
Yep.
into victory formation too.
I guess. And there it is.
They understand the score, and they understand that they need to throw this one out the door
Be the final play of the game.
and say, hopefully we'll meet you again.
Yeah, that's what we got to worry about, my friend, because this was a regular season one. But one of the best games that you'll see here on this field in a long time, my friends. Your final score, the Brandon Valley Lynx 40, and the #1 team in the state, Sioux Falls O'Gorman 15. Huge win for the Lynx. Caden Johnson lost his mind. The defense lost their mind. Tommy Skolton lost his mind. Everybody's minds have been lost at this point. So when you're driving home, make sure you get that back on top there, because we need you driving home safely.
It's been a pleasure, Kyle, and we'll post on Facebook and wherever they need to post it for our next telecast, because I believe there will be one.
There will be one.
I'm pretty sure of that. And we'll be back with you, I believe, Thursday evening, and to bring you Lynx TV Live.
Once again, your final score, the Brandon Valley Lynx 40, the Sioux Falls O'Gorman 15. This has been a broadcast from Lynx TV, Alliance Channel 226, The Cube, and on YouTube. Have a good night.
Good night.